Hi there, this is Stargazer, and today I'm reviewing Super Mario Galaxy. Let's go! So here's what I like about Super Mario Galaxy, and there's a lot to like. This game has some very creative level design. The planetoid structure constantly changes how you move and think. The gravity mechanics make every level feel fresh and unpredictable. It's got tight, polished controls. Mario handles smoothly with the added complexity of spherical movement. The motion controls, like spinning, are simple and responsive. It's got stunning visuals. The bright, imaginative galaxies have unique themes like the Honey Hive Galaxy, the Ghost levels, Toyland, etc. It just goes on and on. It's so cool. It still holds up stylishly thanks to its art direction. Like a lot of Nintendo games, the graphics may have been limited for the time, but they still persevere and hold still because of the art direction. You know, just the colors and the way everything is kind of designed really makes it pop to this day. It's got an incredible soundtrack. This is one of the first Nintendo games, if not the first Nintendo game, I believe, to have a fully orchestrated score, which was very rare at the time for Nintendo, and it still holds up to this day. I mean, the Mario Galaxy music is triumphant, it's interesting, and it still is very Mario while being fully orchestrated. It's got a strong sense of wonder. The game nails a magical, almost dreamlike atmosphere, and traveling through space feels epic, but it's also somehow relaxing. It's got subtle storytelling. Through Rosalina's storybook, it adds an unexpected emotional depth, and it's got some more narrative presence than most Mario games. Just with the multiple galaxies, the Lumas, meeting Rosalina for the first time, you get this sense of a greater story that some Mario games kind of don't hold as much. This game has also got great variety. It's got a constant introduction of new mechanics and ideas, and the game really rarely feels repetitive. I mean, all the galaxies have kind of their own identity and their own gimmicks that make them fun and not as repetitive as I think some other Mario games, especially the 2D platformers, which get very samey by the end. Now, this is not to say that Mario Galaxy is not without its cons. You know, this game is highly critically acclaimed, and usually you never hear anyone say anything bad about it, but on my replay, I did notice a few things that still don't hold up. One thing is that the motion controls might not be for everybody. I appreciate them, but I can understand how for some modern players, or even people who played it back in the day, they saw them as gimmicky or awkward. Sometimes the gravity can be frustrating, where it's almost disorienting, which I think is on purpose, but sometimes it's too disorienting, and you add in depth perception and other things like that, and it really does get kind of frustrating and confusing at times. One thing that Mario Galaxy especially has is a linear structure. A lot of games on the Wii were linear. I mean, Metroid Other M, Skyward Sword, very linear, okay? So it really begs the question of freedom versus, linearity. Structure versus freedom, which is better? This game is very linear, so it's not as open for exploration as Mario titles like Mario 64 and Odyssey. But again, that's a knock in a sense, in an argument's sake. I still think that this game is incredibly fun and great because of its linearity, but again, if you're looking for a game without motion controls, without linearity, this game's not for you because it checks both those boxes. I can definitely say that collecting stars can get repetitive, constantly going into a galaxy, loading up a mission, completing that mission, getting sent back out of the galaxy, having to go back to the menu, select the galaxy again. It gets repetitive, and also 100%ing this game can feel a little bit grindy and a little repetitive, but it's not too bad. It's not as bad as, say, Super Mario Sunshine, which requires you to find all of these blue coins without a system. Mario Galaxy is very polished. Everything is intentionally put. So, overall, Super Mario Galaxy is one of the most imaginative and polished platformers ever made. Its creativity, music, and atmosphere outweigh its minor issues. But whether you prefer it over more open Mario games depends on how much you value structure versus freedom. So again, I love Super Mario Galaxy. It is one of my top Mario games for sure, and I've replayed it many times. So it is definitely part of gaming history. It's a big game, it's a big deal, so I think everybody should play it and hopefully find some enjoyment in it. Thank you for watching, and remember, it's Mario time.